I've been assigned to shoot a feature story for National Geographic about the climbing culture and the cutting edge of climbing that's happening in Yosemite today. I've had almost 60 days of shooting in the valley. We've had some pretty epic days. Yosemite is the epicenter of climbing. A lot of the greatest climbing feats in history have happened here, and they're happening right now. I started climbing here 15 years ago and making a community here with all the other dedicated Yosemite climbers. So it's really special for me to be able to come back here and shoot with my peers. Climbers don't perform in an arena or a stadium. They don't have stands full of fans watching them. Really, I see my job as being able to tell that story. I'm carrying loads today, the top of El Cap, and hopefully get a couple of shots. Climbing in general is about understatement. I think it's impossible for people to express their experiences up there. About to drop in and gonna shoot with Leo. I think Yosemite climbing has a certain purity to it because the climbers are up there battling it out, pushing through physical and mental challenges far from the eyes of the world. There's nobody there to see it. To be able to bring that story back, bring those moments back to people is really inspiring for me because it's part of my life's work. So I'm dropping back in on El Cap to spend a few days living on the wall with Tommy Caldwell and Kevin Jorgensen. They're working on what is currently the hardest route on El Cap. So shooting up on El Cap it's pretty physical. It takes a lot of rope work up here for kind of one moment. Isn't it? There's a ton of exposure up there. And obviously you want to be safe, so part of your mind is thinking about that. And the other part of my mind is really focused on getting the shot of Tommy making some of the most difficult moves on El Cap. I think the most honest photos happen when both the subject and the photographer are just in the moment. The rest of the world is falling away. I mean, at the end of the day, if I got one photo that I felt truly captured Yosemite climbing, that'd make me happy. We left the car at 2, hiked 8 miles, up 6,000 feet, on top of Half Dome, and we're rigging up to shoot to wrap off the top of the visor, which is pretty steep and overhanging. I think it's interesting that base jumping is becoming part of the evolution in climbing. In order to do a lot of the big link-ups, you climb the huge formation, and the fastest way back down is to throw yourself off the cliff, get to the bottom of the valley, and start climbing the next formation. It's our third day, back-to-back, where we climbed something pretty big. Backing up this camera, which we have on this 20-foot crane. Dean is going to be walking a high line over Yosemite Falls. Days and days of work just to get this shot. Lots of effort and lots of people. The huge exposure, the raging waters below, make this high line one of the most difficult in the valley. Seen some of my friends just pull off some amazing climbs and high lines, and just trying to do them justice, you know. Pretty big challenge. It's been awesome, totally inspiring, totally wasted, and now we gotta hike down with gigantic loads, which has pretty much been the story of the shoot. The shoot really is, in my mind, one of the greatest possible shoots I could ever be assigned to do. I haven't showered in like over a week, so it's A minor so long. The dirt bag shower. It's always on cold. I'm tied to this climbing culture. To try to tell their stories is a huge honor for me. because I know what it takes. It just takes total devotion and commitment and determination and tenacity, and it's a lifestyle. It's a religion. You have to pour your heart and soul into it. Telling the story about climbing is a difficult job because it's impossible to really do it justice. I want to take photos that come as close to capturing that beauty and passion and intensity as I can. Sorry, lost you there. I'll start it over again. Maybe we should go something simpler.